Greetings, and thank you for tuning into my latest video in my series, Searching for the Messiah in Judaic Scriptures. Today I would like to answer a question about the Messiah. When exactly will the Messiah help Israel? It's a question that many people have on their minds because we've all been waiting for the Messiah for a long time. As I read the scriptures, I came across a certain passage. Micah 5 says this, "And you, O Bethlehem of Ephrath, least among the clans of Judah, from you one shall come forth to rule Israel for me, one whose origin is from of old, from ancient times. Truly, he will leave them helpless until she who is to bear has borne. Then the rest of his countrymen shall return to the children of Israel, and he shall stand and shepherd by the might of the Lord, by the power of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall dwell secure, for lo, he shall wax great to the ends of the earth." Clearly, we see that there is a ruler coming from Bethlehem, and at one point, he will wax great to the ends of the earth. But I want to call your attention to verse number 2. And I am reading now from the JPS 1985 version of the Bible. It says this, "Truly he will leave them," and then in parentheses, the translators have added, "helpless, until she who is to bear has borne." The Messiah will come on the scene, but will leave Israel helpless. Notice, he will leave Israel. In the JPS 1917 version, "Then therefore he will give them up." Therefore he will give them up. If you take both versions together, giving Israel up is not a very clear interpretation of what exactly is going to take place, but giving something up means to abandon it or to leave it. And over here, in the other 1985 version of the JPS, you see that exact same language. "Truly he will leave them until she who is to bear has borne." Now, and we may disagree about who that she is in that verse, but it is very clear that the Messiah will not help Israel at first. You may not have heard this before. The Messiah will help Israel after he leaves them for a time or abandons them for a time and then comes back. Now, before you say, well, why does he abandon him? Or excuse me, why does he abandon Israel? Let me read to you what Zechariah says about a shepherd who abandons his flock. This is Zechariah 11:17. "Woe to the worthless shepherd that leaves the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and the right eye shall be utterly darkened." Now, that's talking about a specific person in history, probably a ruler that's already existed and passed away. But I can tell you that there is something important that the verse is saying. "Woe to the worthless shepherd that leaveth the flock." A shepherd that's worth his salt does not leave the flock. And so here's our message for, or at least my interpretation of what's going on here. The Messiah will come and will abandon Israel, but not through his own volition. He will abandon Israel because he will be forced to. If not, he would be a worthless shepherd. It says it here. it is clear that the Messiah would want to come and help Israel right away, and yet he will be forced to abandon or to leave Israel and to help the second time he comes on the scene. Yes, it's not at his first appearance, it's at his second appearance that he will deliver Israel. Okay, where he goes, we don't know. If he disappears the first time, does he go to another country? Is he pushed away out of Israel? Does he have to leave because of some danger? We don't know. But it is clear it is only at his second appearance that he helps Israel out. Now, incidentally, it is very important that we listen to some of the language that is used in this verse. And this is apart from my main point, which is that the Messiah will help Israel at his second appearance. Listen to the way that the Bible speaks about the Messiah. This is from the Jewish Virtual Library website of the book of Micah. It says this: "But thou, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth have been from of old, from everlasting." Did you catch that? From everlasting. Who have been from of old. The Messiah's going forth is from of old and is from everlasting. That is in the virtual Jewish library. If you read Psalm 93, and I just want you to compare the language here. The Lord is king, he is robed in grandeur. The Lord is robed, he is girded with strength. The world stands firm, it cannot be shaken. Your throne stands firm from of old, from eternity you have existed. And Psalm 93 uses the exact same language that Micah 2 is using about the Messiah. The difference, Psalm 93 is using it about God himself. Also, not every translation of the Bible has this particular verse, this to me is fascinating. Verse in Micah chapter 5, verse 5. "And this man shall be the peace, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our places, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men." Go back to the beginning of the verse. Did you catch that? And this man shall be the peace. A man shall be the peace. Have you ever heard that God is our shalom? Hashem is our shalom? Again, we see language referring to the Messiah that is language very similar to the one that we hear when the Bible speaks about the Lord. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate all kinds of feedback. I would love to hear what you think. Until next time, take care.